Marvel Comics King in Black storyline issue 4. Let's go! We're currently on our 4th recap, so if you haven't seen the other 3, make sure to go check those out first. So, where do we finish off? Well, Dylan Brock has finally demonstrated some of his powers that he has over the symbiotes. Thor has finally arrived. He could have been useful ages ago, but he's finally here, and they're teaming up and they're making some progress against the symbiotes. While this is happening, we see that the Silver Surfer is approaching Earth, talking about balance and power and light and stuff like this. Yeah, we're gonna have to see where this goes next. So, yes, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, comment buttons, and all of that jazz. And yeah, let's delve into the King in Black storyline issue 4. Let's go! Chapter 4 Lightning. We see Dylan standing alone inside a symbiotic dome, surrounded by the glaring eyes of the symbiotes currently trapping him. Knull suddenly appears. He explains to Dylan that he was made to destroy Knull, but he would never let that happen. Knull took down the heroes and has control of the planet. Knull tells Dylan that he is special and is in many ways his own son. Throughout this conversation, Dylan hears another voice in his head, undetected by Knull. The voice reassures Dylan that they are a friend. They want to help Dylan to break out, and they tell him to use his powers to break into his hive mind. They try to help Dylan as Knull continues. He tells Dylan he can offer him the darkness, and together they can end this war. Either he joins, or Knull will burn this world to the ground. Dylan looks up. He has an angry but focused look on his face, his eyes black with the red spirals, and he reminds Knull, "You killed my dad." Dylan's hands glow whilst holding onto Knull's wrist. This appears to hurt Knull. The voice is pushing Dylan, telling him to reach out through the hive mind. Dylan uses all of his effort to pull the symbiotes away from the heroes, including Cyclops, Human Torch, Sue Richards. Knowing symbiotes are weak to lightning and magic, Thor is quick to rejoin the fight, along with Doctor Strange, who has used his Asgardian staff to boost his powers. The voice is now communicating with Cyclops, Invisible Woman, Human Torch, Doctor Strange, and Thor, preparing a battle plan. Everybody prepares themselves before letting out an impressive attack on the symbiotes. Each of our heroes letting out a huge blast of energy. The voice then calls out to Namor, telling him that he is up next. Huge waves of water flood the city as we see Celestials continue to fight. Symbiotic dragons fill the sky. The voice then speaks out to Storm and Thor and commands them to light it up before releasing 2 huge bolts of lightning that strike the water. We see Knull scream in pain as his symbiote army is being wiped out. Angered by this, a frustrated Knull lunges towards Dylan, grabbing a hold of him before being interrupted by the voice. Knull hesitates as Jean Grey steps forward, eyes glowing as she says, "Let's see what makes you bleed." Knull's eyes glow red as Jean Grey invades his mind, trying to find a weakness to use against him. Jean Grey struggles to find anything. He was forged in the darkness. He has bent it to his will. She detects that there is another, a reaction, a force for balance in the universe. With darkness, there is light, a light that becomes something new, a light that would choose an individual host to bond with. Jean Grey faints as she tells Cyclops that the light can't get through to Earth. Now we see the Silver Surfer on the outside of the symbiote barrier surrounding the planet. We see a bright light attempting to break through. Silver Surfer then assists in breaking through the barrier as we see a huge powerful force swoop down to the scene of the battle. Back in the lab, Reed Richards finally recognizes the energy readings he previously found. He knows what it is. He laughs as he says, "Captain Universe, finally, the Enigma force solved." We see Eddie Brock's body, glowing with a powerful force, the light, known as the Enigma force, finding its host and speaking to him, letting him know that he has been chosen. Right, so we're starting to see why Knull is looking for Dylan Brock in the first place. We finished this issue in a crazy place, like the Enigma Force that Silver Surfer helped to bring to Earth. It's finally taken Eddie Brock as a host. We thought that he was gone, but he is not. He's coming back with more power than ever. So, yeah, let's see how this finishes. Let's go over the conclusion. next time. So look out for the issue 5 recap. But in the meantime, make sure you like, subscribe. Depending on where you're watching it, you might want to follow and stalk or friend request or whatever it might be, okay? Yes, for the time being, peace, peace, peace.